the doors. Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, I'm Alicia and I am joined today by...
Michael, hello.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite English... Let's start with Mike.
Yo, man.
A favorite English word or phrase, please.
Okay, so just so you guys know at home, before we filmed this, we each wrote down a few phrases or words, our personal favorites, and we have not shown them to each other yet.
I have no idea what he has.
So, I'm cheating, and I'm going to give 4 words that aren't a phrase, but they're about the same... Anyway, I'll just show you. Okay, lemme, wanna, gimme, gonna. Lemme, wanna, gimme, gonna. So these, yeah, I know I'm cheating, but these are 2 words that they're basically contractions that are used in slang. So like, let me know when you're free, let's go to a movie together. I wanna eat a cheeseburger. Gimme that cheeseburger. I want to eat that cheeseburger. I'm gonna eat that cheeseburger. I don't know why. I'm hungry, I guess.
Are you hungry? I was gonna ask you.
So yeah, those are some of my favorite, and I think these are totally acceptable to use with your boss in all contexts, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
they're really common words, aren't they? They're really the natural. So many of my students will say let me, want to, going to, and so on, but actually we don't really say those things when we're speaking just normally. It sounds a little bit kind of strict and almost militaristic to say it like that. So yeah, those are really good words if you want to sound more natural when you're speaking with your English speaking friends. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I took a very different tactic from you. I picked some of the words that I use a lot and that maybe are a little bit, I don't know, unusual to come across. I did one on each card, so bear with me here.
I cheated.
My first word is gnarly. Gnarly is my first word. This is a phrase that's not, well, a word that's not really so common, but where I'm from, I was born in California, and there's a big surf culture in California, and so this was a word that I grew up with my mom saying and my dad saying. Gnarly is a word that means somewhere between awesome and dangerous. So surfers would use this word whenever they catch a wave that's really, really big. They do like some kind of crazy trick, and then their friends congratulate them afterwards by saying, "Well, that was gnarly." I still use this today. Like when I almost fall down, for example, I'm like, "Oh, that was gnarly," or something like that. Wow. So that's one of my favorite English words.
So I'm glad you said that, because I just used this, and a few of the friends I was with were from the UK, and they were making fun of me. They said, "Oh, gnarly, bro." I said, shut up. So we use it. I'm from Colorado, and we kind of steal some of the culture from California through the movies. It's all through the States. So I say that as well. But you can also use it, the way I was using it is just like if it's something's really severe.
Yeah.
So if it's like a bad cut, or if it looks gross, that's how I was using it.
Yeah.
And they were still gnarly.
No, that's another use for it too. I use that as well. Like, you know, if you just see something kind of nasty looking like on the street, or you see, I don't know, maybe a frog got run over by a car or something in your neighborhood, you can be like, "Ooh, that's gnarly." So yeah, it's really gnarly. Something that's just kind of sketchy. That should have been one of my words, sketchy. Anyway,
Yeah, that's it.
sketchy is a good one. Yeah. Can we redo? Okay.
So I use words, those are all words that I use all the time. And I actually type them out on Facebook. And this is another one I use all the time. One of my favorites, phrase, hang out. Hang out. We use this pretty much everywhere in the United States. Even people in the UK, Australia use this phrase. What I like about it is that you can be ambiguous with it. Ambiguous. It's not one or the other. So if you're going to ask some girl out, instead of saying, "Would you like to go on a date with me?" That's scary. She might reject you, might say no.
Yeah.
You say, "Hey, you want to hang out?" Just, casual. Yeah. Or if she says, "No, I'm busy," no harm, no foul.
Right.
So I like this. I say this all the time. Do you use this very often?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hang out. Of course, I still use it. When somebody asks you what you're doing as well, you can use this for yourself. If you're not doing anything in particular, if you're just sitting around the house, you can say, "Oh, I'm just hanging out at home." Yeah, I absolutely use that one. Yeah, it's really good, really casual, I think.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Okay.
What's your next word?
My next one, this one is one that I said probably a few times already today in front of you guys. I picked the phrase, "Go big or go home." Go big or go home. It's kind of a funny phrase, which means either do something with all of your effort, put everything that you have into something, or don't do it at all. It's used in casual situations. I will use it if I go to a barbecue restaurant and someone says, do you want to get the big platter or the small platter? And I'll say, go big or go home, and then we get the big thing. So I love this phrase. I use it all the time with my friends. I don't know, is this something that you say?
Yeah. I love this phrase, actually. When I hear it is from hip hop. As weird as that sounds, is that it's this kind of like, yeah, give it your all. Go big or go home. Don't even try to make it big if you're not gonna give 100%. I love it. And I use it same. I like this as the example you're giving is kind of like a hyperbole.
Yeah.
That it's that's I rarely use it. I don't think I've ever used it when talking about like my personal dreams and goals. But usually like eating or something like that, you say go big, go home, and they're like, wow, hey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next word
You're
is.
next.
Or I think next and last. Yeah, this one, I like this one. This is an older phrase. It sounds kind of weird, but we still use it. Young generation, grandpa, everybody. It's going to be a little bit pretentious now that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Ooh. So I like this one a lot because, people, basically what it means is that it depends on the person what they think is beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What you see is beautiful, but it's not beautiful for what someone else sees. So perfect example of this is that in the Western world, we are constantly going tanning. We go, like in California and Colorado, we go out into in the summer sun, even though we know it gives us cancer, and we lay out because we want to be dark, because that's beautiful to us. But maybe in the East, in Asia, they will cover up, like in Vietnam, they'll cover up everything, because the whiter you are, means the wealthier. The farmers are outside, they're dark. So it's totally arbitrary. I think who cares? I think either's beautiful. So I like this phrase.
That's a nice. Yeah, it's still. I think it's still used today by a lot of people in a lot of different situations. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice idea. Okay. My last word then, I guess, is also, quite different from yours. Another word that I say all the time, but I love this word because it can be used in almost any situation as long as it's casual. My last word is dude. Dude is my favorite word. It is. As soon as you said I need to write 3 words, I was like, well, one of them is going to be dude. Dude is so useful because you can use it when you're surprised, you can use it when you're sad, you can use it when you're excited, you can use it in almost any situation as long as it's a casual situation. So it's an exercise in intonation. Yeah. Is dude a word that you use?
Oh yeah, all the time. Dude and man.
Man,
That's what I grew up with. And I learned it from my father. I'd be talking on the phone and with my friends there, and I'm talking on the phone. They don't know who I'm talking to, and I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, man, yeah, dude, and they're like, who was that? My father. What? You're saying dude to your father? Yeah, he's the one who taught me to say dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking when you were saying that the practice of intonation, you can say dude, and it's a totally different meaning. Hey, dude, what's up, dude?
Exactly.
It just means friend, buddy, mate. But dude.
Right. Someone gives you bad news. Dude. You're excited about something? Dude. You're disappointed about something? Dude. Exactly. It's an all-purpose word, so that's why I like it. Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else that you wanted to share?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think they have a perfect example of how to use dude correctly in all different contexts and circumstances.
It's a very important movie for American culture, I think.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Those are some really interesting words from both of us. 2 very different people, 2 very different sets of words. But please share with us some of your favorite words. Make sure to leave a comment or email us or tweet us or whatever it is that you do and let us know what you think. Anything you'd like to add?
No, that's fantastic. Thanks. I hope to see you next week.
Bye. Dude. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm joined today again in the studio by
Michael. Hey, everybody.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite English that we use without even thinking about it. So these are things that we just say. We say just so often, and they come really, really naturally to us. So that might be kind of helpful for you to hear about some of the things that we like to say. So I guess I'll start us off for this one.
Go ahead.
The first one that I've picked, I think I picked really simple phrases this time around. The first one that I've chosen is the phrase, I know. I know. I like to use this to agree with my friends a lot. So if my friend gives me some kind of interesting information, I go, I know, or I know, or something just to show that I'm listening to them and that I agree. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm already, I don't know, like I've learned the information or something like that. It's an agreement phrase that I like to use with my friends. Is this something that, yeah?
Yeah. That's funny you said that, because before you explained like the tone and gave an example of how you say it, I thought of it on the opposite side. To me, it sounded like a kid who's just like, I know, mom. Giving them like, you need to do this and this and this. I know. I'm trying to think, do men, I mean, these are gender roles. You can say whatever you want, but I'm trying to think. I know. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever said it like that.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Maybe it is a gender thing. Maybe it's more common among women than it is among men. But I feel like maybe it's just in a movie, or maybe it's because of where I'm from, that people will say, like, if you watch the last video, for example, dude, I know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your point about kids saying that is so funny. Like when you get in trouble, I know, saying it like that, it has a different meaning. It's another exercise in intonation, maybe, this word, I know, or this phrase rather. Okay, cool. So there's one. What's your first one?
So my first word is not really a word. It's spelled a couple different ways, is So this is something I didn't realize that I do a lot or say a lot or whatever, but it's it's a sound that English speakers make that shows disapproval. So I don't know. Like, okay, for example, the kid who's talking to a parent, and then the parent says, you need to do your homework. I know. But no, seriously, you need to get into a good Psh, mom, whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe the same as like whatever. Psh.
Yeah, psh is good. There are a lot of variations on psh. Whenever you don't want to hear what the other person is saying, you can use psh. Or I see another one that I like to use, PFFFFT. That one's harder to say though. It's not so natural, but I think psh is good. Any sort of p kind of sound, or nah, just any sort of just nonsensical phrase said like that. I mean, I don't want to listen to what you're saying. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. I use that all the time too. Oh,
I wish I didn't use it as much as I did, but
Oh, I suppose so. I see what you mean. Okay. All right. Well, onward, I guess. My next word is anyway. Anyway, I like to use to transition between two things, to transition between ideas. I also like to use it when I've been talking for way too long and I need to make an exit from the conversation. Usually I use anyway with kind of a ... at the end, like anyway. And I don't finish saying anything after that. It's just sort of my little sidle out of the conversation.
Yeah. Anyway. So I use this word a lot, actually. I'm glad you said that. Actually, some of my students asked me, they said, what are some good words that connect two ideas or something like that, like a beginning, like first, second, these kinds of words. And I noticed, and I never noticed this before, it actually relates to this question, that a lot of the things that you look up that are transition words, we don't ever use in speech. It doesn't sound natural, but you have to use synonyms, you have to switch it up if you're writing.
Yeah.
Speaking, I say anyway almost every other sentence.
Really?
Maybe I do it too much. Well, not that much, but a lot. I realize even typing, even business emails, I say it all of the time. Like, it's kind of like, well, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe because I go on tangents a lot. So for me, I use it not as much as the ... I usually do the anyway, back to what I was saying, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point about it being used for transitions. So a lot of my students are the same way. They'll pick like a really, really formal, almost businessy term to use to transition in their speech, and it doesn't really sound so natural. But something like anyway, or like you said, well, or so, is much better to use in conversation, I think. Cool. Okay. Anyway.
Seriously. So seriously, this is another one. Always the intonation. This is our thing is intonation, I guess. But seriously can be said in a lot of different ways. For me, maybe the most common is the same as when you say really. Just kind of like seriously. Like, did that actually happen? No way. Really?
Yeah.
Anytime you go up like that, it's a rhetorical question. You don't actually want an answer. Just
right.
Like, wow, same thing as wow. And then there's also when someone does something stupid
and you just look and you seriously, but that's less common. That's kind of
Really?
seriously.
No, really. I mean, I use it the way that you just described it to like if I see, I don't know, somebody is walking on the street in front of me and maybe they stop and they don't have any consideration for the people behind them on the street. I might go, seriously? Maybe
You're right.
Whenever, like, is this really happening? Did you just make this decision? So maybe I use it when I'm talking to myself more. Not so much. I don't necessarily verbalize
those are fighting
this
words.
word. Yeah,
those are fighting words.
Yeah.
So no, you're right. I think maybe driving, same thing.
Yeah, road
Seriously,
rage.
or I mean, are you kidding me? Well, I don't want to say the bad version of it, but this is what I'm thinking when I'm driving. Like, are you kidding me? Seriously?
Yeah.
You're right. But it's usually to yourself, because otherwise it's pretty aggressive.
That's true, yeah. So don't say it to the other person. But yeah, you're right in terms of when you're talking to your friends and you want to ask, did that really happen to you? Seriously? Yeah, it's super useful. Okay. Is it my turn again? Okay, last one for me. My last one is one I use all the time in a number of situations. I've chosen, I don't know. This is great for, of course, when you don't know the answer to something. But I think when you don't know the answer to something like a math question or whatever, it's better to say, I don't know. But when you use the contracted dunno form of don't know, it just shows kind of that it's not a serious issue. It's not something you're overly concerned with. You're just, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't have an idea. It's kind of like saying, what do you think? Or just, this is all I've got, So, I don't know. Do you use this? That's how I use it.
No, that's a really good one. The same thing as anyway. I type this a lot. I say IDK, which is the acronym for it. I would never say IDK out loud. Don't say IDK. That sounds kind of stupid. I'm sorry, in my opinion. But you say I don't know. I don't know. I say that all the time because I think it's just a nice way to be humble, really. Because maybe you do know, or you think you know, but it's a nice way to be like, I'm not sure, what do you think? It's a nice, it tones down your tone. You don't sound as authoritative, as aggressive. You say, I don't know, do you want to eat Chinese food tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We can eat whatever you want. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like a really nice softener like that. If you want to introduce, like an offer, if you have an idea about something but you're not sure how the other person feels, you can just say, I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
But that's usually the thing that they say, I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Okay, just make a decision. We're going to go to YouTube and we're going to watch some videos in EnglishClass101.com.
Wow, nice.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, so that's some English that we use without thinking about it all the time. I think that they're pretty useful phrases and they're a little bit fun too. If you have some English that you like to use from time to time or that you just find comes out of your mouth without thinking about it, please leave us a comment and let us know what it is. And
yeah, so also this is a tough one because if you use it without thinking about it, it's hard for us to realize what those words are. So if there are any words you hear English people say and you're curious, also leave that in a comment any way you can. And anyway, I think that's about all we have. Anything else?
I think that's all. So give them a try and we will see you again next time when we have more fun stuff to talk about. Thank you. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Alicia and I'm joined today in the studio by
Michael. Hey, everybody.
And today our topic is going to be our favorite things that we miss when we are outside of America. So let's get right into it. The first thing on my list for today, my list of 3 items, I've chosen ovens. One of the things that I really miss when I'm outside of America is ovens. The ovens that my family has always had in our house are very, very big. You can cook turkeys, you can cook casseroles, you can cook pretty much anything you could ever imagine in an oven. When I'm outside of America, I often find that oven sizes are noticeably smaller, or ovens themselves are just harder to come by than they are in America. So that's one thing that I really, really miss when I'm outside the States. I don't know if this is a thing that plays a big part in your life, but for me, it's a big thing.
Honestly, I didn't notice until you said that. Because I don't cook, I'm lazy. I just go to the convenience store. I go to like whatever street vendor or something like that, which I know is more expensive, but you know, a true American, I just want convenience, you know. Yeah, but I think most things, like you said, I think that's going to be a general theme for most of us, is everything's bigger in America. Well, actually, that leads me to one. That's a good transition. Let me pick the one. This one. Okay, so, speaking of everything being bigger, space. I miss space. You take it for granted. You don't realize it, especially if you go to some more crowded countries like in Asia, and that's where I've been for the past. And yeah, most people, you have no idea. In America, it's pretty common, I would say. It's starting to change, but it's typical for 18-year-olds to move out and live by themselves. And that's not true in a lot of countries. In a lot of countries, they live with their parents until they get married. And so I grew up going to house parties. You don't go to the bar. You don't you can't drink legally until you're 21. So you go to people's houses.
Right.
It's cheaper even when you are of age, as you should wait. But you know, there's always house parties. It's never an issue to have space. Also driving, there's tons of space, tons of room. Yeah, just in general, I miss space. So that's probably why they don't have ovens in some other countries.
Right. Yeah, your point about space is so true, especially that point that you made about the difference between having house parties and parties at a bar at a restaurant. When I've been in countries in Asia as well, I rarely get invited to people's houses. You only get invited to someone's house if you've known them for a long time and you're pretty close friends. At least in my case, maybe my friends are different from your friends. I don't know. But yeah, having a house party is very, very rare, I find. And if you do have a house party, there are very few people. It's not like, you know, big college parties in the States.
It's not a rager. It's just it's like a dinner party.
Right.
It's the equivalent of an American dinner party where it's adults having wine, eating food, okay, leave, you know. But in the States, I think it's just so common. You rent from a friend. It doesn't matter if the carpet gets dirty, whatever, you know, just there's another house over there. There's plenty of space to go around.
Yep, that's a good point. Okay, great. Well, I guess I'll go on to my next one. You're probably going to sense a theme going on with mine. But my next one, I've chosen cheese. I really like cheese, and I find that it's more expensive, I should say. It's more expensive, and maybe options are somewhat limited. Well, depending on where you travel in the world. We've been talking a lot about Asia, where we have experience. And in Asia, there's, you know, I mean, cheese is available, but it's often much, much more expensive than it is in the States. So that's something that I really miss. I like it from time to time, and just, you know, going to the supermarket or to a department store in Asia and seeing, you know, something that would cost, I don't know, $3 or $4 in the States being, 20 or 25 is just a little, It's just one of those things that you kind of miss about home. A small convenience that would make life a little bit more fun.
Yeah, I agree. I love cheese. People talk about, oh, if I eat too much cheese, my stomach will hurt. No way. I can eat cheese until I die. I love cheese and I miss it. But sometimes it's hard to really convince yourself to spend that extra, you can get pretty much anything. It's the 21st century. You can go to like Costco or whatever and get peanut butter, whatever you miss. But, to bring yourself to spend that ridiculous amount of money, it's tough. So
Yeah.
Speaking of food, I miss this one. I'm from Colorado, and this is the best food you'll ever have in your life. It's called Chipotle, and it's from Colorado, and it's we have a lot of Mexicans in Colorado, so we have a lot of Mexican influence. This is definitely not authentic Mexican food. This is definitely Americanized. It's huge, big burritos with lots of cheese, mixed rice, so filling. I love it. And it's hard to find that kind of stuff. Just food in general, just some real hearty, artery clogging, disgusting stuff that just hits the spot, so.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I totally agree. And I guess I'm just going to share my last one. my other word was burrito.
Oh, yes.
It's true. Burritos. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we're cut from the same cloth on this point.
Where are you from again? Which state?
I was born in California, but we moved to Oregon. Now my family is in California again. And one of the things, I was recently back in the States and I ate a lot of burritos. I had this thing called like an extra super burrito because I thought just the fillings were going to be, I thought there were going to be a lot of fillings or it was going to be spicy. But it turned out to literally be like this long. They had to use, I'm not exaggerating, I took a picture of it. They had to use two massive like tortillas to wrap the whole thing. And then I couldn't actually pick it up. I had to like lay it down on a table and like pick up part of the end of it to eat it. Yeah. It's just, I don't know if this is unique to our generation or unique to people who are from like the West Coast of America, but on the west-ish side of America, but just, man, burritos, there's just nothing like them.
Yeah, I miss it. It's part of my childhood. Not to go on too long, but Mexican influence is growing in America. So you don't say, do you want to have Mexican tonight? You say, let's have burritos. It's taco night. Thursday's taco night. It's just a part of my culture, so I would say it's part of American culture.
Yeah, fajitas, burritos, tacos, tostadas, chimichangas, enchiladas, anything with meat, tortilla, cheese, something spicy. Yeah.
Spicy food.
Always, I always miss those things.
We're true Americans, just like everything's like food.
I know.
Okay, so let's do this one. Another one I was thinking of is 24-hour cafes. So mainly for the Wi-Fi, but this is pretty common, I think, especially for high school students going back to like parties. When you can't drink, you can't do anything too exciting. So usually you go with your friends and you loiter at Denny's or something like that. And it's open 24 hours. You just get some coffee and you just sit and talk and you annoy the waiters and waitresses. That's like a pretty, I'd say, normal American experience.
Yeah.
And I miss it, Some towns I've been into lately just shut down. It's surprising, especially if it's not the weekend. Just like nothing's going on. Again, this isn't like just America, but it's definitely
Right.
part of my childhood. so.
Right. Yeah. When you said 24-hour cafe, I thought, oh, well, there are 24-hour cafes, in other countries and other places. But I see what you mean. Like, there's a certain, it's like a diner, I think. Like, you can see it. You can see maybe examples of them in old movies sometimes. But you can just go in there like 2 a.m. and get a coffee and a piece of pie. There's nothing like, mysterious or sketchy about it at all. It's just sort of just this nice, usually quiet. Maybe there'll be some strange people in there. You might look strange for going to a coffee shop at 2 a.m, but I mean, it's just, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's that atmosphere, like going there with your friends, after the football game or something like that. It's just sort of a nostalgic sort of thing to do. Oh, that's a nice one. I like that one a lot. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Now we're homesick,
Oh.
man.
Great.
That's all we have.
Great. Well,
today.
those are some really interesting, a lot of food options, but some interesting things that we miss about America when we're not at home in the States. If there's something that home country or your home city, please let us know about it in the comments. It's been fun again. Thank you very much for joining me, Michael.
You're welcome.
Okay, and thank you all for joining us again as well. We hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined today in the studio by...
Michael. Hey, everybody.
And today we're going to be talking about some common American superstitions, a few maybe old-fashioned stories or myths we'll have a chance to talk about today. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with this one. Okay, my first one is opening an umbrella inside is bad luck. This is a superstition. I guess it is what I've just said. If you open an umbrella inside, you'll have bad luck. But I kind of just think that this superstition is it's just good advice. Like, don't open an umbrella inside because you will knock something over, or you'll get your things all wet, something like that. If you've been outside in the rain. So I think it's a superstition that's born out of common sense, really.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these start that way, like Santa Claus or something, that you just tell your kids something, and the easiest way is, the boogie monster is going to get you, so don't do it. Instead of trying to explain, well, you might break it, just whatever. Just don't do it or you'll get eaten. So, to me, it makes sense. I don't know.
Santa story did you grow up hearing?
Throw you in a sack. Yeah. Do you know how many years of bad luck it is? Because I know, if you break a mirror, it's 7 years bad luck, and certain. Is there any?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a time frame for this one.
Yeah.
I just assume it's instant because you will probably destroy something. It's just instant. For the duration of time that the umbrella is open, you're just open to bad luck, and it won't go away until you close it. There we go. There's a time frame. All right, what do you got? What do you got?
That question that went nowhere. Because the only ones I can think of are the mirror, and that's about it. Go under a ladder. Anyways, so another one to prevent bad luck that I think is kind of stupid, and I think it's a recent one. It has to be recent. Is tapping the roof of your car. When there's two times this has happened. Yeah, maybe this is new to you.
I've never heard this.
Okay, so there's 2 times. The most common one is when you go through a yellow light that's just about to turn red, or maybe did turn red. You tap the roof of your car and you're safe. I don't know. And then the second one is if you're speeding or you're just being a bad person and you see a cop, and for whatever reason the cop is a bad thing for you, you tap the roof of your car, and everybody in the car has to tap the roof of the car. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I think it's stupid. Maybe that's...
I have never heard that before, ever. Never. Is this something that you or your friends would do or did or do?
I don't do it because I think it's stupid. But my friends have done it, and maybe, is that just a Colorado thing or something? What?
I don't know. It could just be me. I just haven't done it.
What? Comment below if you've ever heard this one before. Drop it on the floor, Michael. What are you doing? Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, what's...
Onward. Yeah, you already mentioned this one, but this one is another one. If you break a mirror, you'll have bad luck for 7 years. 7 years. I also have a theory about this one. The theory about this one is the time frame, the 7-year time frame that's assigned to this breaking a mirror. Because, and I could be totally wrong on this, but my theory is that if you break a mirror is glass, a mirror, it's going to shatter into, millions of pieces. And maybe it's hard to find all of the pieces. Maybe cleaning them up is going to be difficult. So there's potential, maybe, you could step on pieces of glass for up to 7 years because, your stupid kid broke a mirror in your bathroom one time when he was like 3.
And then when he's
10 he's still stepping on glass, and you're like, "See, I told you so." So I don't know. That's my theory on that one. But again, I think this is another instant bad luck one. As soon as you break the mirror, you have to clean it up. Somebody could get cut. Whatever. I sound very momish in all my explanations of these today, but that's okay. Yeah. Did you always hear that this one is 7 years? Too?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why I asked that. Yeah, I have no idea. And also, I think your theory is dead on, except it could be 3 years, it could be 4 years,
I know.
whatever.
Yeah.
But that's interesting that you said that. I've never thought about a lot of these superstitions, like the other one is going under a ladder.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Opening umbrella is dangerous. Breaking a mirror is dangerous.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I think that they're just common sense sort of things, like to tell your kids, like, be careful not to do that because you could get hurt. I think that's the underlying message. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
What's your next one?
I don't know yet. Let's look. I forgot. Oh, this one. I like this one. I think this one's cute. Even if I don't really believe it, I think it's a fun thing to do. It's blowing an eyelash, and you make a wish. So, like, if an eyelash falls, right, and people, they'll point it out, hey, you got an eyelash on your nose. And you go, oh, really? You pick it up, and you make a wish, and your wish comes true. And actually, I've talked to some other people. I'm not sure, I forget what country they were from, but what they do is kind of like how Americans do the chicken wing, and you break it, and whoever has the bigger piece, their wish comes true.
Yeah.
You take the eyelash and you put it to the thumb, and whoever's thumb the eyelash sticks to is the person whose dream comes true. I've never heard that. For me, and I think just in most of America,
I've heard of the eyelash. I think maybe I did it when I was a junior high school student.
What?
It's been a long time since I've heard that one. But I never heard of the
that was a first. I've never heard that before. But you never did the blowing the eyelash.
No, I did when I was little. I just haven't thought about it in a long time. Yeah, I wonder where that one comes from.
Because it's dangerous to...
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a happy one at least. Okay, good example. I'll go to my last one, I guess. My last one is a simple good luck one that maybe many people know. If you find a 4-leaf clover, it's good luck. I don't know the origin of this one, actually. I feel like I should for some reason. But just This was something that I would do occasionally with my little brother. We'd be sitting in the yard and there'd be, like a patch of clover in the yard, and we'd just kind of be playing and look for one that had 4 leaves on it instead of just 3. And if we did, we'd be happy because we thought that it meant we'd have good luck for a time.
For 6 years.
6
and
years
3 months and
or
2 days.
4, I don't even know. But that was just a fun thing to do as a kid, was to look for 4-leaf clovers. Maybe it kept us out of our parents' hair for a while.
Yeah.
Did you do that when you were a kid?
No, I didn't. But I did it as an adult. Someone said it was a fun thing to do, so we did it, and just for fun as adults. And I didn't know it was actually possible. Like, I just thought this was like a mythical creature, like it didn't actually exist, and that's why it's lucky. Yeah. And then we found a couple. That was my mom, actually. Yeah. Whoa, memory just came back. Anyways, you just kind of zone out. You look at a big field of them, and then you can spot it. It's much easier than going one by one. But I think, again, these kind of make sense. It's rare, so therefore it's maybe
special.
Lucky. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just a nice one.
I think my third one dropped. Where? Under my butt. Okay, there we go. Wow. All right.
If you have good luck for 3 minutes.
Okay. So this one, another positive one, and another one about finding things, is giving a heads-up penny to another person. So this one, another one, I'm just trying to do unique ones, because then I remember, I think, oh, that's kind of cool. Because in America, if you find a penny that's heads up, with the president on the front facing you, that's good luck. But it's not as rare as a 4-leaf clover. It's kind of silly, right? And so I think maybe that's why they added to the superstition that if it's tail side, so it's the other, it's like a building or something on the other side, don't pick it up.
Really?
It's bad luck.
Oh, I've never heard
that?
No, I mean, I've heard the penny thing. We had a chant even when I was little, which was, what was it? Find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. It was just any penny. There was no heads or tails discrimination. It was just, if you find a penny, congratulations, your day is about to get awesome. So you just pick it up, and then you're overjoyed as a small child to have found money for free. That was it. I've never heard the heads or tails part. Yeah.
I thought, okay, well, dang. This would be interesting to find out why, if it's just a different, because we're not that far apart from each other. You said, you had a kind of a long history, but it's basically California and Colorado?
California and Oregon.
California and Oregon. And
West Coast hybrid.
West Coast hybrid and Colorado. Pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Similar. So I wonder what that, it could just be our personal experiences, but that would be an interesting thing to look into.
All right. Well, those are some very interesting stories and very interesting theories. Wow. We should write a Wikipedia page. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us as we talk about some American superstitions today. Anything to add, Michael?
No, that's it. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for watching today as we talk about American superstitions. If you have any superstitions from your country or from your city or from your region even, please be sure to share them with us in the comments and we'll check them out. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about some English tongue twisters. I'm joined again by
Michael. Hey, everybody.
So today we're going to be talking about some things in English that are difficult to say. They might be difficult for you, and they're probably going to be difficult for us to explain. So let's get right into it. Michael, what is your first tongue twister?
My first tongue twister is, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? One more time, a little bit faster. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. And there is a traditional response to this one. You're familiar with the response? So
Once you tell me, I don't know.
it's a question, right? This is it ends in a question. There's a question mark on your card, and the traditional response is, it would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Ah,
Yeah,
that.
I have it on one of my cards actually. I think too. This was totally unplanned. I would like to point out. Yeah, here it is. It would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. So you can use this with your friends if you want.
All right, let's do it real quick. Ready?
Okay.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
It would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Ah.
Hey. All right, there's one down. Okay. Let's see. We've talked about that one already, so I guess I'll go with another classic one that I've known since I was little. This one uses the P sound a lot. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Lots of P sounds in this one. Can you speed it up for us?
Well, I don't know if I can say it in the first place. Peter Piper picked a... Jimanamanama. Jiminiminimanamanama.
Have you not heard this one before?
I have it. Okay. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Hold on, one more time. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. For me, it helps if you snap. Okay. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack... Oh my God, I can't do it.
Maybe
Okay.
it's better if you don't read it.
Those are... Peter... No, I can't do it.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. That wasn't very good. I wasn't perfect.
One more time.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
One more... Three more times.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a... Oh, dude, I can't do it. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. There we go. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of Oh, man, that's tough. The peas, man. I can't do the peas. Oh, wow.
Peas can't do you either. Okay. Go to your next one. What's your next one?
Now my brain is frazzled now. Okay, I just like this one. I've actually never heard this before, but I like it because there's a lot of THs in it, and a lot of foreign people who are learning English, let me say that, a lot of non-native English speakers have trouble with TH. That's been true for a lot of my students, regardless of where they're from, what their native language is. So, the 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
Wow, I've never seen this one.
Yeah, me either. But I just thought it was good because remember, TH. So, the 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. Want to give it a try?
Yeah, I'm going to try. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. That's a good one. That's a really good one for TH sounds, I think. I think the consonant sounds, like the hard consonant sounds, like the P sound, or maybe even the W sound a little bit. Like it's easy to say that quickly, but this one's really tough to say quickly, I think, and clearly. The 33 thieves thought that they thrilled the throne. Just doesn't come out as smoothly, maybe.
Spitting a lot, maybe that's...
Maybe so. Okay, I guess I'll go to my next one. I really have no faith that I'm going to be able to say this at all. This is like the hardest thing that I think I was able to find. I'm going to have to read it slowly. The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick.
Yeah.
The sixth oh.
I know, like the second word, you can't even say it. It's really hard.
One more time, all right. The sixth sick sheik's sixth sheep's sick. The sixth,
That was good, that was good.
Oof.
That was way better than I
we'll
thought
just
I was gonna
leave
do.
it on that one.
The sixth,
I did it once.
The sixth sheik's sixth sheep's sick. That's really hard. It's really, I don't think I can say it any faster than that.
The sixth. Oh. Oh. I can't. I'm at a loss of words. Of speeches. I can't. Okay. One more time.
Okay.
Ready? The sixth sheep sick. The sixth sick. Ooh.
You
More
got
than
it.
once is too
You
tough.
got it out the one
One
time.
time
That was
is-
solid.
that's all
That
I
was
can do.
solid.
I
Good.
give up. I give up.
Good. Okay. What's your next one?
My next one is the soldier's shoulder surely hurts. Another one I've actually never heard, but I liked it because everyone knows Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. The S and the SH is confusing. And many times in English, like surely, there's no SH, but it makes that SH sound. So it's a fun one.
Yeah.
The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. Want to give it a try?
The soldier's shoulder surely hurts. This is the tough part here for me anyway, is the soldier's shoulder, making that sound really clearly and stuff. The soldier's shoulder surely hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You make it sound so easy. Wow. Professional.
not really. Okay. On to the last one. This one is really short, actually. It's only 2 words. But it's tricky. It's really tricky. I can't say this fast. Irish wristwatch. Okay, Irish by itself is fine. Wristwatch is fine. But together, they're really hard to say. Irish wrist.
What?
I can't say it. Irish wristwatch. It's really hard.
Irish wristwatch.
Yeah.
That's very slow. Okay. Irish. Oh, wow.
It's really hard.
It doesn't. It seems easier than it is. When you
Yeah.
were saying it, I thought, come on. Okay. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch.
Nice.
There we go. Okay.
Irish wrist. I can't say this one. Irish wrist. I can't try it. This one's hard. This one's really hard for me. But yeah, only 2 words. It's just that combination of the sh and the r. It's just, I can't. I got nothing on that one. All right. Do you have any more?
No, I think that's it.
Oh, wow. That was a good one. That was really tough. That was really tough. Okay, well, give them a try. Please give them a try. And if you have any tongue twisters, preferably in English, please share them with us in the comments. They're great ways to practice your pronunciation, and you can impress your friends if you can do them quickly. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi, everybody. My name is Alicia, and today I'm joined again in the studio by
Michael. Hello.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining us again today. Today, we're going to be looking at a few tips for learning another language. So each of us have prepared a few things that we think are really useful when learning another language. Both of us have studied another language to some degree. So we're going to talk about things that were useful for us and which might be useful for you as you practice your English skills. So let's begin. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Go for it.
I would say absorb media. This is something that actually, when I meet someone and they sound like a native English speaker, and I go, you know, where are you from? Are you from Australia, America? And they're, no, I'm from blah, blah, blah. What? You mean you're not a native English speaker? And every single time they tell me, I say, you know, how did you learn? Please, I'm an English teacher. I want to know. I want to help people, blah, blah, blah. And every single time they tell me, oh, I just love blah, blah, blah culture. So usually I love American culture. I love Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga, blah, 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 blah. And so all day, every day, they're reading, they're watching movies, they're sitting on YouTube and just absorbing it. And it doesn't feel like you're studying, but you are. And so then you're more likely to study. So it's like a fun way to study. It's helped me. I've changed everything on my iPod. So even when I'm lazy, I have no choice but to listen to the language I'm learning.
Yeah, I think that's a really good tip. I had the same thing, essentially. Mine was just phrased slightly different. I said, find something that interests you in your target language. So if English is your target language, whatever it might be, if it's music, if it's movies, if it's comic books, I don't know, if you're interested in dating someone who speaks your target language, whatever it is, find something to motivate you, something that's going to make you want to study and make you want to learn that language so that you have that, that drive to do it. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think it's a great tip. Okay, cool. So we had one thing that was the same. I guess I'll share another one of mine if that's okay. My next one is one that I try to do myself, but I know that I mess up every once in a while. Practice every day, even if it's just a few minutes, whether you can spare an hour or 2 hours, or just I myself study while I'm commuting to work on the subway. Just find something that you can do every single day so that you don't lose your place in your studies. Just whether it's vocabulary or picking a new grammar point to be looking at, or just, finding a new phrase on TV that you thought was interesting. Just being an active learner every single day really, really contributes, I think, to your abilities to speak and to understand another language. It's just practice every single day something.
I think this is a really useful piece of advice for anything. I think a lot of people, you get overwhelmed and you think, man, I want to be here, whether it's exercising or playing the piano or whatever, and you just want to finish a year's worth of time in one day. And so you study really hard, you procrastinate, and then one day you cram as much as you can.
Yep.
You get burnt out, and then you don't do it for weeks,
Right.
months. And that's not the way humans work. We're creatures of habit. Any of the best, the greatest, whether they speak a language like you as wonderfully as you do, or whatever, or play piano or whatever, every single time you ask them, and it's brick by brick by brick. So I agree 100%, and I also don't follow this advice all the time.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think the key is to not give up. So for me, honestly, my languages I'm not as confident, but as far as exercise, you'll get lazy and you'll pig out and you go down.
Yeah.
But you can't just give up and just let it go down.
Right.
Big picture, that you are making progress, even if there's some decline. So if you get busy with work, whatever, get back on it, keep practicing.
Yeah.
English, get back on EnglishClass101.com.
What is your next tip?
So my next tip is also related to practice every day. It's practice fearlessly. So this means, it's easy to learn some basic phrases in English. Hello, I'm fine, thank you, and you. And you sound like a robot and you feel comfortable in your little comfort zone, but you don't expand. You got to be willing to make mistakes. And I think it's the same as with dancing. If you're afraid, you look stupid. If you're reserved and you're off onto the side of the club and you're just kind of moving like one shoulder in your little comfort bubble, it looks really stupid. It looks way more stupid than if you were actually going all out and just having fun with it.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with language. Don't just stick to your little comfort of, hello, I'm fine, thank you, and you, and sound like a robot.
Yeah.
You got to have some fun with it. Try to use those big words that maybe you mess up. That's okay. That's how you learn, just like a kid. So let's see your other one.
My last tip then is kind of general, I guess. I've just chosen immersion. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to the country, where they speak the language that you're studying, but just find a way to, even if it's just for a short period of time every day or once a week or whatever it is, if there's some way that you can immerse yourself in the language that you're studying for a period of time and only study, Spanish or only study English in your case, for a period of time every day or every week, every month, whatever it is, on a regular basis, so you get used to just hearing that and just experiencing that, I think is really, really helpful, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's. I thought I wrote it down. Yeah, I agree. One of the things that most people don't realize is that now it's the 21st century, everyone's connected. So a lot of people just assume that if you move to the country, you're going to pick up the language because immersion is one of the best, most, time and time again proved ways to learn a language. But that's not always the case. Like, I have a lot of friends in different countries who don't learn it at all. They're married to a local, but it's easy to just sit on Facebook and talk to your old friends and never actually, practice and put it out there. So if you can't make it out to another country, don't worry about it. Because even if you do, sometimes, it's that mindset. It's actually doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Good.
I agree. Good. Okay, what's your last tip?
My last tip is take grammar with a grain of salt. So, of course, grammar is essential for learning a language. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. You should definitely focus on that. But what I've found is that when you're learning from a non-native English speaker, they feel safe teaching grammar because there's set rules they can teach, even if their pronunciation isn't correct or any of that. And, you can just get into that rut. But the reality of most languages is we break those rules all the time. So don't worry too much if your grammar is a little off or you're having trouble learning it. Just kind of go with it and just try to repeat what you hear.
Yeah.
I don't know about you though. What do you
No,
think?
I think that's an interesting point though, because I think that, like you say, I think grammar is a really safe place for a lot of people because, like you say, there are rules. It's clear that I can see that, if I put a noun and a verb like this, then I'm going to make a sentence that says this, and I understand that. It's really easy to understand. But I think that something that a lot of learners, and myself, I'm guilty of this too, is that there's a limit to how much grammar that you can learn. Like, once you learn the grammar, you've learned the grammar. It's possible, I think, to master the grammar of any language, but it's the vocabulary that continues to change. Every year there are new words in every single language that get developed. People are making up new words every day, especially in English. So experiment, once you find that, you've learned the grammar, move on. Keep exploring new vocabulary, find new and interesting things to do with the tools that you've given yourself. So don't be afraid to experiment with your vocabulary too. If you find something that you might like to try to make a verb out of, like Google, for example, give it a try, see if it works. If the other people around you are confused, maybe it didn't work. If the other people around you laugh or, continue with the conversation, hey, maybe you just made a new word. You never know. So give it a try. Thanks very much for joining us for our English tips on this lesson. We will see you again next time. Bye. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to English Topics. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined today in the studio by
Michael, hello.
And today we're going to be talking about weird English idioms. So let's get right into it. Let's start with you, Michael. What is your first weird English idiom?
It is, let's see, I'll pick it random. That's good. Starter, cut the cheese. Cut the cheese. It's a weird one. We say it and we kind of accept it. So this
means fart, but I don't think it really sounds like a fart when you cut the cheese. You ask, usually you say, who cut the cheese, right? What?
I don't think that this refers to a sound, this idiom.
No. Yeah, what do you think it comes from? I don't have no idea. It's
You
a
are
weird
so
idiom.
full of it. You're going to make me explain this one, aren't you? This refers to the smell when you pass gas from your body. You guys are going to make me...
Oh,
You're making me
no, I
explain this.
swear I didn't know that.
It's a smell thing. If you cut a fresh cheese thing, it smells kind of bad.
Yeah, cheese
So
is
your
funky.
body as well